Hello, everybody. So glad you're here to learn and know about self-love and discovering how loving yourself is the recipe to having Him love you. So, welcome. And I want to acknowledge you being here tonight. Kudos to you for investing this time in yourself, because that is an act of self-love. My name is Denise Dominguez, and if you don't know about me, here is a bullet point of how I am able to be here and teach this self-love stuff to you. So my story of my journey of self-love was starting with the time 2011 that I finally had the courage and finally left my 22-year abusive marriage. That was an act of self-love. Of course, at the time, I didn't know that. And I chose me for the first time in my life, or at least the first time in a long time. I was choosing me, and I made a decision that I had had enough of what I had been through and all of that, and just made a choice to start choosing me. And so from that point on, I started choosing me more and more and more, which is what it really is about. And also knowing the difference and feeling comfortable with the difference between self-love and selfish. So that's big. So we're going to be super interactive in this call. So pull up your chat box, because tonight I'm asking questions, and that's where you can ask them. So before we get started, let's do some house cleaning. And this call is for you ladies. So make yourself a priority for the next 30 to 40 minutes. That means close out the other tabs in your computer. Put your cell phone on silent and just be here with me. Just be here with me and just do you. Hopefully you're in a relaxing place to listen to this call. I call it my sacred place. And have that glass of tea, water, or whatever. You got wine, no judging. Kudos to you. And let's take a couple of deep breaths before we get started. All right, let me, okay. So I have to mute everybody as you come on. Yes, okay, awesome. But welcome to the call if you're just joining us. All right, so we're at the stage of getting, or at the point of, let's take a couple deep breaths to get present, right? All right, so basically we're gonna close our eyes and we're gonna breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine you're breathing in love and light and positivity. And as you're breathing out, you're letting go all the crap from today. Whatever it was, just let it go, right? So let's start. Breathe in all the way to the tips of your toes and hold it. Sip a little. All right, very nice. Next one. Okay, last one. Breathe in. Love, light, positivity. Breathe out. All the crap from today. All right, I know that centers me. Just doing a couple of deep breaths just really brings me right here. All right, so if you don't know me, you don't follow me, I would like to just tell you a little bit about me and what I do. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach, speaker, and international bestselling author. And my signature speech is Own Your Story so your story doesn't own you. And I hosted a radio show called It's Your Turn Radio for about 2 years on Blog Talk. And most recently, I am a 2-time best-selling author and an international best-selling author. So that was pretty cool and exciting. That happened last August. Okay, so from dark to light, there was a time when I would cry myself to sleep every night because, things weren't always this awesome as they are now in my life. And it was after 22 years of being in that toxic marriage that I decided to leave. I left and moved 3 states away with no job and managed to manifest $10,000. Yeah, and that's not including the 10 days that I was in Colorado on vacation. I was talking to somebody today and she was like, that's not a lot. Correct. But the $10,000 was what I felt was good enough to get me started. And it did. I moved here from Florida and, like I said, $10,000, and within 4 weeks I had a job. Within 4 days I had an apartment. So it helped. It helped me. It helped me get settled, and it helped me have rent paid for a couple months because I figured, wonder if I don't have a job for a couple months. I was thinking that way. Things have changed. And I did this only in 5 months. I made a plan and I followed it and did everything that I set out to do. I became a women's empowerment coach after knowing I wanted to help women get out of that stuck space that they're in like I was. And it's been my focus and goal ever since. So let me ask you a question. Do you ever wonder why you don't have what you want out of life? Maybe relationships, you think of relationships, or even money, things like that. Have you ever thought, okay, I think I know what self-love is, but ... And did you ever start to practice self-love, but then life got in the way and so you stopped, right? Yeah, we've all done that. So tonight I'm going to answer this and more for you. Tonight I'm diving deep into what self-love is and how to love yourself and the why to loving yourself. Why is it so important? I mean, really, what's the big deal? So in the beginning of 2015, I put together an interview series called What's Love Got to Do with It? And this was the start of my journey into self-love, like diving deep. This was the journey of me diving deep. And it was a deeper level of what I had already known about self-love. Funny thing is, though, I thought I knew what self-love was. No, I was clueless. Clueless. And now so just yesterday I launched my Authentically Me Self-Love Unplugged interview series. And this is my 6th one. And now I have so much more experience and so much more practice and so much more stories to talk about with self-love. So I'll give you the link at the end if you are not already getting the interviews. In the interviews, I kept short and sweet and just dove right into the content. But the first time that I chose this topic for my summit, it was because I thought I knew what self-love was, right? But I wanted to dig deeper into what self-love was. So I wanted to really, truly, and clearly understand what self-love looked like, how to have it, how to express it, how to practice it, everything. Through this event of interviewing and connecting all this juicy information, I wanted to pass this information on to you. So you get all the goods of my learnings. I did the hard work and I'm just handing it over. How's it get any better than that? Okay, so through this online event, I met my coach, my personal empowerment coach, and found out what it was like, what it was that I wanted to teach in my own coaching business. I changed my coaching name from a divorce coach to a woman's empowerment coach. I found that self-love is a practice, and it's not taught to us at home or in school. So the key thing to self-love is to be patient and kind to yourself. It's one of the key components. So now this launch that I just started yesterday, Authentically Me, Self-Love Unplugged. Now the second time, over a year later, and much more practice in talking and learning about self-love, I decided to do another online event around self-love. Why? Because number one, it is one of the 3 components to healing ourselves. 3 components, self-love is one of them. And this has been taught to us by our masters. It is taught to us in the Bible. And our masters like Jesus and Krishna and Buddha, just to name a few. So I'm not making this up. All right, so how to love yourself. Like I said, self-love is a practice and not a race. All right? The more you practice, the better you will get at it. And your world will change from doing it. I promise you. And ideas of practicing are meditation. It's a good one, because what do you do when you meditate? You connect. Connecting with yourself. And that's what self-love is, connecting with yourself. Sweet and loving self-talk. Okay, so what are you saying when you look in the mirror? What's the conversation that's going on in your head? Are you brutal to yourself? Or are you sweet and loving? Being patient with yourself. Okay, do you beat yourself up? Oh my God, you idiot. Why'd you do that? And being kind to yourself inside and out. Doing the things that light you up. Sitting on the beach and just being with yourself, right? Reading a good book, or reading a book on personal growth. That's an act of self-love. Looking up at the stars at night, just you and your thoughts, right? This is, again, connecting with yourself. What makes you happy? What lights you up? Do it. Whatever makes you happy, whatever lights you up, do it. Do it more than not doing it. Okay? Doing those things is loving yourself. Taking time out for you. Having things around that you love to have, that you love to see, that you love to smell, like flowers or roses, even just one flower, right? That's an actionable step of you loving yourself. Basically, when you choose to connect with yourself, you're practicing self-love. But you must get into the practice of doing this every day. Every day. And the more you do this, the better. The universe responds to action. So don't be afraid of yourself, right? Don't be afraid to tell your truth, and don't be afraid to forgive yourself for anything and everything. So I just gave you the 3 components to healing yourself, which is truth, forgiveness, and self-love. Your truth to you, forgiving you, and loving yourself. And if you notice, all 3 of those things start with you. They start right here. And that's where it all is. So if you're like me, and you think you have to save the world, and like in my marriage, I thought I had to save him. Not that I thought, I tried over and over and over again. Because that's what I thought, because I thought that was the focus. I had to take care of him. I had to fix him. And yeah, no, don't do that. All right, so self-love is an action. Like when I described the act of self-love for me, which was leaving my toxic 22-year marriage. Although I didn't know it at the time, that was an action that I was taking for me. And when I completed my self-love interviews series, where I asked 22 experts, what is self-love? And the answers were slightly different, but the message was always the same. But the one thing I liked the most was to prioritize yourself. Make time for yourself. Take time for you. And in short, all of that says, choose you. Choose you. Make yourself a priority. It's not being selfish. It's not. Don't let anybody ever tell you that. It's not. This is my way of explaining self-love because I'm a parent and, but even if you're a parent of a fur baby, you'll understand. When I had my first child, my daughter, I was astounded that Denise Dominguez, created this perfect human being. Did you feel like that too when you had your first child? So as a mom, I wanted to give her the best of everything, right? The best food in her belly, the best bathing products to wash her with, the best crib, the best of everything. And so when you love somebody that much, you'll do anything to protect, love, and care for them. You've experienced what true, deep, compassionate love is, and that is what self-love is, turned inside out. So why do we do this for our children, but not for ourselves? I've been guilty of this too. I do things that I would not let my daughter do. I eat things that I wouldn't let her eat, yet I still do this sometimes. Frustrating. So when my daughter was around 16 or 17, she told me this, and it really opened my eyes. She said that when I looked in the mirror and talked to myself out loud, she would hear me and see herself in my words. So here's an example of what I would say. Stand in front of the mirror, we do this blindly. And I would say something like, oh my God, this shirt makes me look so fat. Or, damn, I look like shit today. Or, point out the pimple on my face or the flaws. We just automatically go to all the flaws of what we are. Do you ever say this to yourself? Until my daughter told me that, I was mindless, totally blind to what effect that was. And that actually that I was even saying that to myself. So this is a good awareness to be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. All right, so maybe in your thoughts or out loud that you're thinking this, no bueno. Don't do it. It's no good. Whether you're thinking it or saying it out loud, both, no. Start to change the conversation that you have with yourself. Start to be more loving. Start to be more compassionate with yourself. Start to be more patient with yourself. If you have a deadline to get something, listen, I get it. I have a ton of crap. I prioritize. And I just focus on what is the most important thing that I need to get done today. You know what? If the rest of it doesn't get done, it's still there. No one's going anywhere. It'll get done tomorrow. It's a big deal. This is a practice. I didn't get here overnight, believe me. So from here on, let's become incredibly mindful of where we still speak poorly about ourselves. And let's make a commitment to stop it. Every time we throw ourselves under the bus, we reinforce the unhealthy internal dialogue. No more of that. No bueno. All right, so why should I love myself? Right? What is all this? What's the hype about? Why not like myself? Or I accept myself? Why is it so important to love myself? Here's a quote from Kamal Ravikant. He's an author of books. If you've ever been a baby, you've experienced love. The mind knows it on a fundamental, even primal level. So, unlike most words, love has the ability to slip past the consciousness and into the subconscious, where magic happens. When you do this, love yourself, you are laying down the pathways, brick upon brick, building up and reinforcing the connections between the neurons in your brain. Our minds have a strong wiring for love. Our bodies know that love nurtures and that love is gentle and accepting. Finally, it knows that love heals. And that's what we are all here for. Healing. And it starts with you. Healing anything starts with you. You can't heal it if you don't feel it. Here is a practice you can start to do right away. Start saying to yourself, I love myself, over and over again. Say it while you're driving. Say it while you're in the shower. Say it while you're falling asleep or while you're meditating. Just start saying it. Here's some good news. As you love yourself, life will love you back. Now, how awesome is that? So let's dive into why you are here. I'm thinking that what attracted you to the most to this live call training was the him part, right? The him part in the title. Of course, we all want our soulmate. We all want our best friend. None of us wants to live alone. How can you expect him to love you, to love and adore you, if you don't love and adore yourself? Good point, huh? Yeah. That's why self-love is the recipe to having him love you. That's why self-love is the foundation to having it all in life. That's why there's a trillion self-love coaches out there, all teach you how to love yourself. It's a fact. Start with you and see what changes. You'll have, see what changes in your life start to happen in your life. Make yourself a priority. Choose you. This is not selfishness. This is healthy. Because how can you pour from an empty cup? How can you give when you don't have anything to give? And the way that you have anything to give is by you filling your cup, by you taking care of you first. That's how you can give. I love that quote. How can you pour from an empty cup? Because for me, it makes total sense. All right, here's an exercise for you to do. Today, make a list or journal things you love about yourself. This is not conceited. It is a loving reminder for those days when sometimes we forget how fabulous we really are. Place reminders everywhere, sticky notes, affirmation cards, even on the phone. Actions speak louder than words. So let's put some self-love ideas into your daily routine. The goal is for you to do something for yourself at least every week, but ideally every day. But if you don't do it at all, let's start with every week and you can work yourself into every day. If you can jump right into every day, by all means do it. Because after all, you deserve it. Okay. So let me give you some examples of what you could do every day. Meditation, that is connecting with you, loving yourself. If you live near the beach, I'm a Florida girl, so I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love everything about it. Take walks on the beach or sit in the sand, even at nighttime. Other acts of self-love. Buy yourself, when you go to the grocery store and you see those pretty flowers or a really nice plant, like right now, they're everywhere, orchids especially. Pick yourself up one and have it on the dining room table, right? Take yourself out to the restaurant that you've been wanting to go to, but for whatever reason you just haven't gone yet, right? Whatever makes you happy, whatever lights you up, that's what you do. So like I said, if you need to start off with each week, then okay. And even just saying I love myself is an act of self-love. So you can do things without going somewhere or buying something. You could do things with yourself, while you're driving, taking a shower. Like I said, I love myself. Get yourself a self-love book. There's a ton of them on Amazon, a ton. I have my clients read 5 in a year's time. So the base is always self-love. We touch on other things, but yeah, even a book. YouTube is great. You could even just go on YouTube and put in self-love meditations or self-love affirmations, affirming that you love yourself. There's a trillion things that you can do that are acts of self-love. Remember, an actionable step is a vibration you send to the universe. And the universe always bounces things. Because the universe says yes to everything, right? So if you say, oh my God, I'm so sick and tired of my job, the universe goes, yeah, you are, and gives you more of that. That's why it's so important to change that mindset. So if you change it and you start saying, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, the universe goes, yes, you do love yourself, and gives you more of that. We're energy. We're constantly bouncing energy. All right? So, like I said, I just launched my 6th interview series, and it is called Authentically Me, Self-Love Unplugged. Again, I gathered 30 of top-of-the-line experts for you and really just dove into the content. I don't read bios and all that, waste a bunch of time. I just get right into it. Each guest also gives you a gift, a free gift. And so the link to that is my website, which is denisedominguez.com/self-love-unplugged/. And I'm going to get to see if anybody needs any coaching, and I'll put it in the comments if anybody's on, and then also on the YouTube. If you're watching a replay on YouTube, it will be in the description. You can click the link, opt in there, and then you will get a thank you page, which has a little video of me. And yeah, I'm going to actually go to that right now so that I could tell you what's on the thank you page. Because it's important for me to thank you who show up to my events. We also created a Facebook page, a Facebook group where you can get into the Facebook group and join in and interact with all of these coaches. I mean, you'll literally be surrounded by these 30 coaches. And we're doing Facebook Lives every day. And then also, I don't want you to miss out on the VIP status that we have. It's a special opportunity to add the entire Self-Love Unplugged series to your library forever. Does it get any better than that? All the expert interviews available for you to access whenever you want. Sweet. Here's what you get with the VIP status. You get the total 30 interviews with experts such as Jonathan Aslay, Cherry Norris, Lisa Copeland, Kelly Rudolph, and many others. You will get the Kindle download of A New Day Dawns, Breaking Up with Abuse. That's the book I was a part of. A guide to help you find love inside of you, no matter what you've endured in life. Self-love is one of the key components to healing. A personal one-on-one session with me where I will help you move into a positive mindset and give you some individualized action steps to put into your practice now. I mean, that's what it's all about for me. It's about giving you actionable steps. So at this time, I will unmute. And if you need any coaching, you can speak up now or forever hold your peace. Or if you have any questions or anything like that before we end the call. So you're all unmuted. Anybody need anything? Any questions? Okay.
I don't think so.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said I don't think so. It's Elise. Hi.
Oh, hey, Elise. How are you?
Good. Hi.
Are you back from the cruise?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, let me see. Let me put the link in there for everybody. I don't know if you're getting, if you opted in or not, but you have the option to have it. Copy. And I'll put it in the chat. Paste. There it is, in case you want it. Awesome. So you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there's the link. Can you see it? It's in the chat. You got it?
I'm on the phone, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, no worries, no worries. All right, so for you that are listening to the replay on YouTube, I will have it in the description. You can access the link there and just click on that. It gives you all the information. There's a quick video in there that explains about the Self-Love Unplugged interview series. And if you're good, I'm good, and I'll close out the call, and you know how to get in touch with me if you need anything. All right?
All right. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Have a great night.
Same to you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye.